this is Oliver, and today welcome back to another video. And before we get into this video, it's just going to be a top 5 best faction servers for you to play on right now as of 2018. But before we start this video, I just wanted to thank you guys, first of all, for 100 subscribers. And I also wanted to say sorry for not uploading in the past about 3 to 4 weeks to a month. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right into this video as I always like to do. And starting off on our number 1 spot on our list is going to be Mindverge.net, which is basically just a Skyblock faction server. And basically, if you're wondering why there's only 11 people online right now, it is 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and most of these players are in America, as well as Skyblock is resetting. But also, let's just go take a look at the factions. And I don't really have a base on here since this is newly reset factions from about, I think, a month ago. And honestly, I just haven't really had time to play on here. I've been playing on a lot of new servers and trying to get unbanned from Hypixel ulting on there and all that stuff that I'm really not supposed to be doing. And I also, it's pretty dark, so I'm going to be going over to spawn. But basically, this is not very pay to win. I mean, I do have a rank on here, but they're not really that, like, overpowered. Like, it's not like some servers where it's going to give you so many perms that it's going to make the difference between winning and losing. So that is a good thing. We do have spawner levels, which is another thing that I do like in faction servers. Unless it's OP, because when it's OP, people that are a lot better than me at factions can honestly destroy me at this. And also, if you do want to join my faction on any of these servers, I will be making factions for whatever reason. I already do have factions on most of them except one of the ones that are reset. But anyway, overall, this is just your pretty average faction server, updated. He's got good staff, all that, no lag. And it's pretty much got an average players of like 10 to 60. Overall, pretty decent, but nothing real special. Alright, let's get right into the number 4 on our list, which is going to have to be GotPvP, which is one of the, biggest PvP networks aside from Velt PvP and stuff. And on here we do have a lot of game modes, but we're going to specifically be focusing on the factions realm. And there's the OG and the Battle District. I'm not exactly too sure what either of these mean, but apparently I guess this was and now this one has reset since the last time I played this, which was about a month to 6 months ago. Was like the last time I went on factions. I come on here quite often to go on the dual server, and sometimes survival when I get that bored. But anyway, so what is special about here is they have custom KD plugins and actually focus on PvP a lot more. Well, hence GotPvP and how they're all like that. And it does have kind of pay to win. It's not pay to win, but the purchases on here are pretty decent, and you get a lot for your money, and they all actually start pretty cheap. So they are available to a lot of people in their defense for that aspect of the server. But we're not going to focus too much on that because that's not one of the big deal breakers if you're really coming down to it, as long as it's not so OP. Anyway, you get the point. So basically, this is OP factions and non-OP factions. I do believe that other realm is, well, at least they used to have it on GotPvP. I'm not really too sure. I do believe they have free F-Claim Fly on one of them. I think it might be that other district type thing. But anyway, this is also still getting in the pretty average area of the faction servers. It's pretty big and decent. As you can see, there are a lot of people online at up to 124 global players. But without that said, we're going to get right into the number 3 on our list, which is going to be actually Good Gaming. And what I do like about Good Gaming is how there's so many influx of new players and OP perks. As you can see, I just joined in since the last reset. It's welcoming me. I have played on here, and I specifically play on the prison quite a lot, as I do enjoy that OP prison aspect. See, in this, what I like about some of these servers is that none of the servers so far have had any toxic communities, or just overall it's a good community on all of these servers, including this one. And it has OP perms on here, non-pay to win on here pretty much. You do get some perms, and donor ranks and stuff like that are common. Be honest here, we're gonna have this on most servers. like no matter what kind of server it is. And this is non-OP factions, which is I do prefer, which is actually really good because of, like, I just like it better, and a lot of people do, in my opinion at least. You could disagree in the comment section. I really don't care. But anyway, there's nothing really special. Like, the vote system is really kind of OP. Like, this whole server, like, I wouldn't actually recommend this server too much for factions as I would prison, but their factions is still a really, like, decent factions experience, and I like how there's not as many players playing on here as there would be. Like, there's 319 players, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 or 9 on factions, and it does, like, it never actually dies since it is also late at night. It's got like 8 to 20 people online. That's like a pretty decent community, especially if you get bored and want to go play another minigame. But with that said, we're going to get right into the number 2 spot on our list. Now, number 1 and number 2, I had to think really hard about which one to put, but I think OP Craft, like, is a lot more unique compared to number 1 spot, but it also has, like, a really toxic community. It's also really pay to win. But on their defense, they do have really custom, like, plugins and factions. So to start off, they do actually have a network, OP, KVP, Skyblock, and Prison. But they do have, like, ultra OP factions, and then they have something else that they took out about a year ago, I believe. So anyway, like, there are a lot of differences between the OP factions and the Ultra OP factions. What I really do like about this is, like, just look how OP this is. Like, they have, like, not custom enchants, but just, like, insane things. Like, and also they do have sales a lot on the store, so that is good. I do not remember exactly the terms, but they are very OP. Like, /fix or something, with nothing, like with no cooldown is what I meant. Sorry about that. But it's just so custom, and the F-tops and stuff. People are so active on here. Factions is the main event on this server for sure. Like, on a lot of servers, Factions is actually dying, but on this server, it's just, like, rapidly taking off. But the only problem I do have with this server is, for one, the pay-to-win ranks, even though I do have one of the ranks, not very high on the rank scale. But also, it's just a really toxic community. I mean, the mods do their best, but they also do contribute. Like it's not against the rules here, is what I'm trying to say, but I don't really like it, and it's not great for Factions environment, especially when it's really competitive and all that. But overall, this is really a custom server and pretty much different from all the rest. But other than the pay-to-win and toxic chat and stuff like that, I will have to rate this at number 2. But without that said, we're going to get right into the number 1 spot on our Factions server, which is going to be Velt PvP Hardcore Factions / Bunkers. See, the Bunkers game mode is currently not online right now. What I do like about Velt is how weird it is. And I don't mean weird as in, like, I know it's HCF and all that stuff, and I don't really like HCF, but it is really good for an HCF server. I don't usually like it, but on Velt PvP I do. It's just, like, also on Velt PvP, it's really weird. I know this may or may not be normal for a lot of HCF servers. Depends on your server, because HCF is one of those things that really depends on that. I also do have Rank Poltergeist. They do have a 90% sale on the store right now. But hold on, I'm gonna hop into the HCF, and I just want to point out that it's duo solo factions mini. They do have Koths, regular stuff like that. The only thing that I don't like is that sometimes I do butterfly click quite often in PvP, but I don't really do it too much that it's going to be an issue. But that is bannable on Velt, and they do have non-OP crates. Well, like, the crates are good, but there are not too many ways to get them. Like, you can buy them, but there are other ways to get them. A lot of people sell them on here. It does die kind of at night in certain servers, which you have to be careful which server you start on, because I do not believe they carry over unless you're on, like, solo one-man. Okay, never mind. You do have to be careful because some of the servers on here do die. And one of the things I love about this is that it's really not pay to win unless you get down to, like, the G kits and stuff. And so basically all this is pretty much unique from all the others, non-pay to win, everything you could want in a faction server. Also, like a really decent player base. Sorry about that. My recording did unfortunately stop for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. I might have hit anything. But all around, Vel PvP is a pretty decent faction server, just all around. Nothing real bad about it, nothing real great about it, aside from a few aspects like the non-pay to win and stuff like that. And it does have a decent, mechanism for selling and shop. The only bad part is that it does not have an auction house. But yeah, overall, there is lots of updates and resets when needed. So yeah, join Vel PvP, join any of these servers. They're really all great. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say for this video. Like this video if you did enjoy or if you found it helpful for any of these servers. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. But yeah, peace out. Bye.